Yo ho ho, the AFC East Roundtable. What is going on? Welcome to yet another edition of the AFC East Roundtable, your go-to show for all things AFC East every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. I'm not sure about you guys, but if I release one more DeAndre Hopkins watch party live stream within the next couple of days, I might go crazy. I've been sitting there just going through a huge episode of anxiety for the past few days, but
I know that all too well.
I know, right? Dude, honestly, I'm trying to taper my expectations here. We went through the same thing with J.J. Watt, went through the exact same thing with Greg Olsen back in the day, but it doesn't matter. You know what? At the end of the day, it's getting my excitement up during this offseason. And I know each and every single one of the Bills fans in this current list, in this current live chat, are definitely feeling it, and then equally, and so our competition is sweating. I'm ready for it. What's going on, everybody? Today we are joined by Richie, of course, and then also Steven Daniels.
What's up, man?
What is going on, man? What is going on, Richie? Richie, what's going on with your life, brother?
Things are moving, man. Jets media is cooking. We got a lot of Jets stuff happening each and every day, covering OTAs, covering the hype that is the New York Jets. A lot of things to break down when it comes to this football team. I'm excited to break it all down today. We got Steven stepping in for TD Fins Talk. We appreciate you taking the time. And then Tyson, Master at work, and Colby from Patriots Global was unable to make it tonight, so there's not going to be a Patriots representative. But we got Steven representing the Dolphins. How you doing, bro?
Dude, man, I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. TD hit me up, asked me if I could fill in and hang out with you gentlemen tonight, and I hopped on it within 30 seconds. I was like, I get to hang out with Richie and Dan? Hell yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm about it. I'm about that life. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here with you all. I see what you guys have been doing over here at the round table, and it's good stuff, man. You guys are growing and doing great stuff, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it tonight and talk some trash with you guys.
Listen, man, I absolutely love it, and I love seeing different perspectives from teams, right? Because, TD is definitely a unique personality for the Miami Dolphins. There's no question about that. And then same thing with Master at Work. So I always like getting that different side of Dolphins YouTube and that different side of Patriots YouTube on here to share some different perspectives.
TD and I definitely have different perspectives, so I think you're going to get a fresh perspective tonight.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm just happy that I'm not going to hear the slander that Josh Allen is trash 30 times today during the stream.
You still might hear that.
Oh, no. Leave it.
Come
on, bro.
Hear that, my guy. I'm just
saying.
Oh,
my God. No. I saw something today, some Bills Twitter account started trolling. They've all been trolling, being just got this huge news coming in, and everyone thinks that it's about D-Hop, but the news was that there's rumors that Josh Allen is going to be on Madden. I hope that's not the case. Keep my quarterback off.
I've heard that too. You know, the Madden thing is real. The Madden curse is real. That's a real thing.
It 1000% is, but wouldn't you say that Pat Mahomes broke it? And so because he won
He's the exception to every rule and every conversation ever, just so you know.
Just keep my quarterback off of Madden 24. I think that's exactly what it is. So there's certain storylines, guys. This is probably not going to be the longest episode that we do today. We may be having a friend of mine who is a Panthers YouTuber coming on, and he's going to be giving some outside perspective of what he feels about the AFC East. There's a couple of storylines we want to go through, and then obviously we are going to let our Patreon members in for our live Q&A. But we're looking at about 40, 45 minutes. Nice, quick, sweet show to make it happen. Before we dive into it, we need to give out a giant announcement. As many of you know, we are hosting our very first event at the AFC East Roundtable at MetLife Stadium right for week 1 on Monday Night Football. Now, we are starting off, this entire event is going to be this giant exclusive tailgate party. We rented out this entire upstairs of a bar where there's going to be an open bar. There's going to be food provided, and you are going to be able to see us do a live show in person. We have a production team there, so it's going to be super professional. You have a chance of being on this video as well. And then afterwards, you can join us at the actual game, Monday Night Football, sitting with myself, Richie, TD, and Tyson, and Pat's Global. So say, for example, that you want to get that full package that includes the ticket. It's sitting at $260 right now. You need to get it by tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, because soon as when that time frame passes on, that package is completely gone. It's completely gone. So this is your opportunity to buy the full package and go to the game and sit there and watch it with us. So far, several tickets have been sold. Super excited for everybody that is planning on going. So hop on that opportunity if you can by 5 p.m. EST tomorrow. That link is pinned right in our live chat. So take advantage of it. Say, for example, you're going to be there already and you already have tickets, or maybe this 260 isn't exactly what you want to entertain. We are going to be selling tickets right to our bar party all the way up until September 10th. So there's still time to go on ahead and meet us. But if you want some damn good seats, sitting with your boys, watching a good live show, free drinks, and free food, then that 260 full package is absolutely crazy. Hit that link right in our description. Super user-friendly. And hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, and if you guys want to use PayPal, that's linked down below in the description. But if you want to use your credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, that is linked at the top of the chat, and you'll get access to tickets seated with me, Dan, all the hosts, TD Finstock, Master at Work, really getting after it. I mean, the New York Jets debut with Aaron Rodgers, Monday Night Football with Josh Allen in the house. I need Jets fans tuning in. Everybody pull up to the first ever AFC East Roundtable event. It's going to be a lot of freaking fun, and I can't wait for it, man. I really can't.
Yeah, Richie, sounds like a lot of people aren't recognizing you right now from your setup. And so I feel like people are upset about the zero lighting, like just like sitting in darkness, right?
Because so actually funny story. So there's a reason why I'm in darkness, and there's a reason why I have glasses on. Your boy has a concussion. I'm in concussion protocol.
What the hell happened?
What'd you do, bro?
Funny story.
Were you working out with Tua, Richie?
Yeah, I was working out with Tua. And he rubbed off on me.
Taking snaps behind the Miami Dolphins offensive line? Like, what happened?
Now, Dan,
yeah,
Dan,
so
I'm down now.
Yeah, so I didn't really want to have my big light in my face, and I'm wearing these blue light glasses. Over the weekend, my buddy Jack, he was actually on the show last week. We were, for Memorial Day, having a fun time, having a barbecue, throwing the football around, running some routes, and I was playing receiver. And then I had a little quick slant over the middle, and my boy Jack accidentally went for the ball, but instead of hitting the ball, he smacked me up on the head like so hard to the point where I was pinging and I collapsed, and I've been concussed since Sunday. So that's a little funny little story, and it's all good though. I'm healing and I'm okay. That's all that matters.
Don't do that no more, Richie. That's not good.
I know, we were just having fun. And I'm like, yeah, let's just come on, let's go. 1-on-1, wide receiver, corner, automatic QB, like backyard football.
So what you're saying is you doing YouTube is what you're supposed to be doing in life, not playing football.
No, I want to keep playing football. It's a lot of fun, but it is unfortunate. And he was very apologetic. And I'm like, hey, this is the game of football. The NFL deals with this problem, and that's exactly the reason why. It's all part of the game.
It's what happens all the time. Go on ahead and make sure that you smash that like button just to give Richie some good juju that his concussion gets fully healed before his flight tomorrow when he goes out to California. Make that happen if that's the sort of situation that you want. Steven,
what's up,
man? Long time, man. It's been a long time, brother. I'm sure you're probably super hyped about the Dolphins.
Oh my God, I definitely am, man. There's a lot to be excited about. As a lot of people try to say, I am the local hopium dealer in the Dolphins community.
Hopium.
Hopium. I'm all about the hope, the great white hope. Whatever you want to call me, I'm definitely it. But I look at what the Miami Dolphins are right now, and for me, I think it's the best they've looked in 25 years from top to bottom. I think everything about what they're doing is, great. For the first time, we have an owner who's shutting up, writing paychecks. We have a GM who's working with our head coach. Our head coach has the defensive coordinator that he wants in the building, who's a top 5, defensive coordinator in the league, maybe even top 3. And we have the personnel we have the best secondary in the NFL as far as I'm concerned, top to bottom. And there's a lot of things to be excited about.
Do you now?
Oh, yes.
Not even in the AFC East, but we can get into that.
Yeah, we can definitely get into that.
Top to bottom? Yes. Of course.
One thing I did sort of want to touch on, because I actually am in the camp as well. As much as I don't want to see it happen, like I just see the writing on the wall at this point. What are your thoughts on Dalvin Cook joining your team? Because I almost see it as a 99% positive that we're going to see news tomorrow or at the very latest by this weekend that he's going to end up joining. What are your thoughts on that?
I had his agent on a couple of weeks ago on my channel Zach Hiller. And yeah, man, it was a great interview, and he didn't say anything, but he said something like, I'm going to make sure I have enough swimsuits for South Florida this year and stuff. He was alluding to a lot of this stuff. So I personally think that he's going to be a Miami Dolphin. I'm 95% positive that's going to happen.
Is it going to happen as soon as like tomorrow?
I don't know.
Because it's June 1st?
I do think Minnesota is waiting to the final second to see if he'll stay. I think that they want to keep him, but they've taken him off all their marketing material. He's not on any of the season tickets. He's not on their flag, any of the marketing material on the website. He is off of all of it, everything. So for me, that tells me somebody's told something to the marketing department in Minnesota of getting him off, somebody that had some say. So I don't think he's going to be there. Now, where he ends up, I think it's more than likely it's going to be the Dolphins, but I think there is an outside chance that teams like Buffalo, maybe the Jets, maybe the Dallas Cowboys could come in the 11th hour and try to steal him.
Yeah. So, as far as Buffalo Bills are concerned, I feel that I may be the only Bills fan that is absolutely excited and content with the running backs that we added to our roster this offseason between Damian Harris and Latavius Murray. Definitely not the sexiest picks, but I feel like that it's good enough. And I also feel like that you have nothing to worry about with the Buffalo Bills being in that conversation. I would be absolutely shocked.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets are going to get him either, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's been on record saying he doesn't want to go to Buffalo and steal his brother's spotlight. So that's a plus, right?
Yeah.
At least for Dolphins fans. Yeah. The other thing that's kind of interesting is we went out and got Devon A-Chain in the draft, and this kid is fast. You want to talk about speed in the NFL? This kid has got it. He fits the Mike McDaniel mold of what a running back should be in a Mike McDaniel-led offense. Now, Dalvin Cook is a veteran running back towards the end of his career. Does he do that? Speed might not be there as much as it was several years ago, but what is there is the blocking and the catching out of the backfield. And he's a proven running back, an elite running back in the NFL. So it's just the NFL doesn't value running backs the way that they should. And Dalvin Cook is unfortunately a byproduct of that.
Yeah, I agree. The running back position is definitely devalued, but I think that it's on the come up after you see Bijan Robinson going high in the draft and Gibbs going high in the draft. Jets getting Breece Hall last year. I'm excited to see what he can do in year 2. Hopefully he's way ahead of schedule with rehab, which is fun to see as a Jets fan. But I do want to get quickly to this super chat from my man Nick. He's coming to the AFC East Roundtable event. He's flying over from California. Can't wait to meet y'all. Bought the full package for me and my girl. Booked flight from California. Going to be a crazy atmosphere. JETS, Jets. Let's freaking go, Nick. Everybody, pull up. Oh, look at that. I love that sound effect.
Listen, bro. Dude, that was so much better because I just pulled up the gong sound effect.
Oh, dude, I got the soundboard here, man. If y'all need it, when Richie starts talking about how great the Jets are going to be today, I'm going to go like this.
No.
And when Dan starts talking about how great the offensive line is in Buffalo, I'm going to go like this.
He's got the soundboard ready to go.
We'll keep going, baby. We'll keep going.
I was excited for you to be on this show too, man. It's only 14 minutes in.
I love it. Well, we just got 2 more tickets sold, by the way. Shout out. We got 2 more tickets sold just now. So if you guys want to continue to pull up to the AFC's Roundtable event, today is the last night you could purchase it with us. Tomorrow is the absolute deadline by 5 p.m. Eastern time. So again, guys, if you want to click the link at the top of the chat, pull up, baby. We want as many Jets fans and as many Dolphins fans and as many Bills fans, as many Patriots fans as possible. Let's go.
Let's do it. Where's that sound effect for a ticket sold, by the way? There it is.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, 5 p.m. EST, guys. Listen, I guarantee you that is the best deal you can find for that game. Try and scroll through Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, or whatever. You're not going to find that value there. There's no way.
Folks, let's hit that thumbs up button. We got 63 likes. We can get better than that. We can definitely do better than that. So we appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. So we do have another guest who was about to come on here. And the thumbnail of this video is all of our coaches. And the title of this video is Who Will Win the AFC East? So we wanted to bring on a guest who is not a fan of any of our teams, so he can give us an objective point of view, someone that is not biased, because you ask Steven who's going to win the AFC East, he's going to say the Dolphins. You ask Dan who's going to win the AFC East, he's going to say the Buffalo Bills. You ask me, yes, sir, I think the Jets have an actual chance to win the damn division. So we can't ask each other that question. So let's bring in someone else. He is a Panthers YouTuber, Pantherology. Welcome to the stream, my man. What's up, Clay?
Pantherology, you're muted, brother. You're muted. Yep.
There we go. Sorry about that. Appreciate y'all having me on. Appreciate, Richie. I remember collabing with you not too long, like what?
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Yeah, I knew it wasn't too long ago.
So
how you doing, man?
Where are you coming from, man?
Clay, nice to meet you, man. Are you coming down to South Florida this year when when you guys play us in South Florida this year?
I definitely have looked into that game. Tickets are definitely not cheap though in Miami.
Well, let me know. We have we got a great tailgate over at East 32 Dolphins tailgate, and we got access to tickets. So you hit me up, man. We'll
for
see what
sure.
we can do for you.
For sure. Yeah, again, appreciate y'all having me on. I've been wanting to come on here and shoot the shit with you guys, but let's get the ball.
Let's get straight into it. Well, none of us versed. Oh no, you guys, I guess the Panthers and the Dolphins versus this year. Yeah, that's the only AFC East team you're versing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So what's your overall thoughts? We'll start off with the Buffalo Bills, then you can get the Dolphins, and I'll save the Jets for last. And then after your thoughts of each three of our teams, I want to get your thoughts of who do you think the most likely is going to win the division.
Okay. I mean, if we talk about, so obviously we're talking about Buffalo Bills. So, I mean, I'm going to be completely honest, even though I'm Dan's friend. So he might unfriend me. He might keep me around. Who knows?
Don't let that influence how you talk on this channel, man. Don't let that happen.
But think about it like last year, right? The Bills entered the Super. It was like clearly one of the Super Bowl favorites, right? And then they fell short. And that window closed, pretty quickly due to the fact that they played way too much hero ball down, during the playoffs, right? And then, I was doing some research on the Buffalo Bills before I came on here, and from the year of 2000 through 2016, the Bills won 9 games twice and double-digit games 0 times. So, and then when
remember where you came from, Dan.
So Sean McDermott took over back in 2017, right? So, and then after that, they've had winning seasons over the last 4 years. So the AFC, I think, has undoubtedly improved overall, every team, right? And it's so hard for me to predict. And it's very hard for me to predict who I think is going to win this division, really. But I think that the Bills are a really good team. They have a really good roster. I think the Josh Allen situation is very good, and he's got good weapons. Obviously, if this DeAndre Hopkins deal works out, I could definitely swing more towards Buffalo taking the division. But right now, with how good Miami has stacked up and with the Jets, but I will say I think Buffalo wins 10 to 11 games this year. That's my prediction.
The over-under in Vegas is 10.5.
Is it really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Smash the over.
Actually, put your money where their mouth is, Dan.
Financially irresponsible. All right?
I mean, their schedules, if you look at their schedule, though, their schedule is not easy. All right. The only situation that concerns me is Ken Dorsey. All right. Is he going to will he take a nice step in his second season in calling plays? Will he do okay? That's the question that I question with them, because if you look at the Buffalo Bills schedule, it is not easy. All right. But I think this team could easily find 12 wins.
Okay. All right. Let's hear about the Dolphins.
All right. The Dolphins. So Dolphins for me, I think is another team. They're definitely a playoff. They're a playoff team. Let's be honest. If you look at their roster, both sides, they are a playoff team. Okay. The problem for me is with the Dolphins is can Tua stay healthy and stay on the field? All right. They did pick up his 5th-year option. Am I correct? Then they picked up his 5th-year option. All right. So we're led to believe that Tua is going to be good in 2023. I'm not suggesting that he's going to be, but I don't think you cannot bet the Dolphins to win double-digit games, this season. I think it's because of this schedule and this division. This roster is really good on both sides of the ball. But if you told me Tua played 17 games, I would probably hesitate to take over 10 wins. So I'm going to say they are right now, as long as Tua stays healthy, I see them winning 10 games, but I'm going to stick with 9 wins.
So the over under there is 9.5 for Miami.
I haven't checked the Vegas. I have not checked. I swear to God, I haven't checked the Vegas things.
So you have the Dolphins winning one less game than the Bills.
Basically, yeah. I think
your thought process is because of Tua's health.
Correct. As he stays healthy, here's the thing. If Tua stays healthy, and you get Dalvin, and especially if you get Dalvin Cook, that's a 10-win season for sure.
Dude, that's an 11 or 12 win team. Cuz let's talk about
it. We'll see what happens. I'm giving you my unbiased opinion. Okay?
I love it. Now, the best for last, Clay. What are your thoughts about the New York Jets? Are you buying into the hype, or are you not that high on the Jets?
The scary thing is for me is I hope Aaron Rodgers doesn't end up being like Brett Favre, right?
You remember what Brett Favre was for the Jets?
Barely, but I remember it wasn't that at one point. It wasn't very good.
I'll remind you, the Jets were the first place team in the AFC with a record of 8-3, and then he got injured,
right? And
the Jets lost the remaining of the season, every game. So Brett Favre was phenomenal with the Jets. Right. Brett Favre was excellent with the Jets, but he got hurt.
Wait, who did they lose to?
Yeah, I don't know, Steven. I don't remember. I don't know. I have no idea.
Getting a little history lesson about the AFC.
New York, baby.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, that's what happened.
A nice little history lesson. I like it. But obviously for y'all season, though, Richie, it hinges on Aaron Rodgers. This obviously, I think that y'all are a 10-win team, 11-win team as well. I mean, Miami, Buffalo, and the Jets, all their rosters are equally enough to win 10 to 12 games for sure, right? But when you're in this division, this is why it's so hard for me to say exactly where everybody's going to be. But I'm going to give you my best analysis. So it might just take it just all depends if Aaron Rodgers can come back, it can be that MVP guy that he was in Green Bay to the transition over. I think that's it for me. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, like I said, I think it all depends if Aaron Rodgers can continue that MVP status over here. The roster is good. I generally trust your coaching staff.
So how many wins do you say they have?
Same thing, 9-10. I really can't. This is so hard because I was even talking to Dan.
They're over under, if I'm correct, is either 9.5. I think it's
9.5.
I see to 9 to 10 wins. It's so hard for me in this division because between this division, and I think I said this to Dan the other day, we were talking about it. I think it was the NFC East. It's the two hardest divisions for me to predict.
Real quick, how many wins do you think New England's going to have, just out of curiosity?
I see 7.
Okay.
I see 7 wins because this division's way too hard. Between the each of three of your teams, anyone can take this division.
Yeah, baby.
Go ahead.
My thing is that for the longest time, and I started backpedaling on this take as well, because I was sitting here saying, you know what, I think the AFC East really has a good opportunity of having all 3 teams make the playoffs, or 3 teams out of the AFC East making the playoffs this year. I'm backpedaling on that now. I think it's only going to be 2 because I have a feeling that a lot of people are sleeping on the AFC North. I still think that the Bengals are going to be a threat. The Ravens are going to be a threat. And I would say the Browns probably had one of the quietest, most successful off seasons this year. And if you think that Deshaun Watson can't play football anymore, he's the exact same.
No faith in the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland will find a way to Cleveland.
Listen, man, I have hot take right now. I have the Browns winning the AFC North. I have the Browns winning the AFC North. Bengals, I know you hate that take. Clip this. The Cleveland Browns will win the AFC North, and I think that's going to be the division that gets all three of those teams into the playoffs this year.
I will say this though, for Richie, his schedule is a lot easier than y'all's. So he has the benefit of that. If you go look at the Jets schedule, it's a lot easier for, out of the AFC East. They have the I think that ranked the lowest schedule, right? Like strength of schedule out of the other.
It's still really hard. All of us are freaking tough ass, really tough.
We got screwed with the NFC East this year, all of us.
Yeah, and y'all and everybody in the East is playing NFC West this year.
It's the AFC West.
AFC West. Okay.
Sorry. Yep. No. It's solid. It's no. Listen. Wow. Holy shit. We have a super chat that we didn't get to.
Oh, King Cat.
King Cat. Thank you, King Cat. King Cat. The DM was cheering the Jets on earlier. Don't let them backtrack now. Yo, listen, man. Listen. And so I didn't even give you my take on the division this year, buddy. I didn't even give you my take on it, brother. I'm high on the Jets this year too. I really am. That's a great segue. First off, thank you so much. That really helps our channel go a long way. As many of you know, we are taking this to the next level. We're trying to give you all these pre-recorded videos. We're bringing out a bunch of other cool guests, as you can see below us, just to make sure that you guys are entertained during the off season.
Sorry, Dan, I'm cutting you off.
Great. So, no, bro. No, man. Just don't clip this. Okay, just don't clip this.
Whatever you do.
Go Jets.
Man.
Don't clip this. All right, dude.
So I had
Wait,
to
you're speaking. We didn't get to hear it. Wait, everyone shh.
Don't clip this. Okay, just don't clip this. Go Jets.
Yeah, Dan.
Oh, man. Who did that? You? Was that you?
Oh, baby.
Was that you who clipped it? Go Jets.
Dan, what?
Go Jets. He has seen the light.
Yo,
I had to ban Bills fans off of my channel for a month. That ended today, so tomorrow Bills fans can come back on. But for a whole month, we had to
Dan
ban
Mitchell, certified Jets fan.
this. Okay, just don't clip this.
I didn't know you were a Jets fan, bro.
Go
Dude,
Jets.
listen.
Dude, the advances with artificial intelligence and deepfakes have taken a whole new step. That did not happen. I completely deny
happened, bro.
that has never happened. Okay.
Wait, we got to get to this super chat real quick. We missed Jets for life. He says, "Where's Sucker at work at? Crying because his Boston Celtics lost. LOL. I noticed he erased that tweet earlier about the Celtics was going to win, but didn't happen."
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Heat. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, you're making me sick. We don't even got to talk about basketball.
Love it.
Yeah. We
We got the Panthers in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals. We got the Heat in the NBA Finals, and we're going to have the Marlins in the World Series. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And they're going to the Super Bowl.
You're about to get Nuggets in 5. Nuggets in 5, easy.
No way, please.
Maybe 4.
Steven, you broke my heart when you brought up the Florida Panthers taking out my Hurricanes, man.
Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. Loved every second of it. Chuck is my guy. That's all I know.
I tell you, it was close. It was a great series.
Okay, so
Marlins are not going to the World Series, but I can hope.
All right, listen, honestly, we certainly love hearing an outside perspective, but now let's just bring in the bias. So we're all three going to go around saying who's going to win. Spoiler alert, we are all going to choose our own teams, but I am going to at least attempt to make you a believer during my take. Now, starting off with the Buffalo Bills, yes, I do foresee us still being the division champions going on into this year. One of the silliest narratives that I think I have been reading and I have been hearing from like sort of outside fan perspectives is the fact that they believe that the Buffalo Bills regress as of this offseason. If you pull up my depth chart right now, I'm not seeing where we regress, ladies and gentlemen. Outside of Tremaine Edmonds, we literally have the exact same team going back into the 2022 season. And there was 2 major holes last year that we so desperately needed, hence why the Buffalo Bills needed to address, okay? And then granted, wasn't even that much of a regression. I love hearing everyone saying, oh, like Josh Allen ended up progressing last year, blah, 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 like right between Dorsey and right between Dable. His stats were nearly identical, like down to a couple of yards here, 1 interception there. He was virtually the exact same thing. The only thing was that those giant 50-50 plays in which the Buffalo Bills just miraculously would come down with 2020 and 2021 didn't fall into our favor last year. Trust me, as far as production Dorsey definitely has his issues. There's no question about that. However, it's not as bad or it's not as significant of a gap as you can think. The two biggest things that we needed last year. Number one, it was offensive line, specifically when it came into really trying to attempt to have any sort of run game going into it. Now, some people think that Dorsey stepped away from the run game because he just hated it and he wanted Josh Allen to play Madden. Just go on there, just throw bombs down the field each and every single time because it's fun and it sells tickets. It wasn't necessarily that. In my humble opinion, I believe that he felt that he didn't trust the personnel that we had behind the offensive line to be effective in the run game in general. This offseason, we did it. We were in desperate need of an actual power presence. So picking up Damian Harris, who I'm so high on, just stay healthy for me. And then number two, Latavius Murray. He's 34, but if you're still racking up 4.7 yards per carry, sign me up for a goal line back, baby. That's something that we absolutely need. Make sure that Josh Allen doesn't need to scoot off and be our running back as well and not be 85% of our offense. I would love for him to be more so 60, 65 at the end of the day. So those things were addressed and those things were addressed. Number two is that we didn't have a threat outside of the slot. Nothing up the middle. The only weapon in the pass game that Josh Allen had last year was Stephon Diggs, and man was regularly double teamed. Gabe Davis just couldn't step up to be that wide receiver 2. I still think that he can step up and become that wide receiver 3, be equally effective in that area. But with Dalton Kincaid, very high on this kid. Just the way that I've been watching him route running, the fact that he ended up putting like 200-something yards against University of Southern California last year, that's certainly promising. So I think that when it comes down to it, at the very basement of the Buffalo Bills, we are the exact same talent level that we were last year. Ceiling is we slightly improved, which is something that I am looking forward to tremendously. Second thing, and then I'll pass it along, is the fact that I always hear like, hey, your window is closed. And to an extent, and so I do agree with you, but I want to identify what this window truly is. This window is not, can you win a Super Bowl? Can you actually go out there and be a competitive team in this NFL, right? That is different from a window of how complete is your team. Buffalo Bills fans, I hate to break it to you, but this year is our last year of the window when we have the most complete team possible that money can maintain. Next year, we have so many like unrestricted free agents, defensive line, secondary, offensive line, receivers. We're going to have a lot of holes next year. As long as you have competent quarterback play, solid weapons, look at the damn Chiefs. They won the damn Super Bowl with no defense last year. It's still possible. But the Buffalo Bills are in the final year of their window of being at full power, having the least amount of holes as humanly possible. So I still see us winning. I see the Jets coming in second place. However, I do see us having the exact same record as the Jets. I just see us
similar to Nick's super chat right here.
Oh, I didn't even read it. Look at that. Nick's super chat. I do see us having the exact same record, but I see us winning the tiebreaker and I see us winning it. And then I see the Dolphins racking up at about, like you just said, about 11 wins as well, coming in third, hopefully sneaking into the playoffs. It's just, can your quarterback stay healthy? Because if he can't, best ability is availability. He hasn't demonstrated that throughout his career. I'm still very upset from an objective fan standpoint. Like, say that I was a Dolphins fan. I'm not sure about you, but I would be absolutely livid. Of how much they ignored the one thing that is apparently so important to them in protecting their quarterback, and they just completely acted like it didn't exist, and that was helping out their offensive line. So
I want to get into that, but before I do, I have a statement and a question to ask you, Dan, about your Bills, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Number one, I have to admit, I'm really upset that you guys went out and got Brandon Shell. I think it's going to be a great asset for you guys.
Yeah, how is he, by the way?
Dude, I love him. I'm very high on him. I think you guys got a stud, and he can fill in. And if you have an injury that goes down, he's going to be able to plug and play. Bills fans are going to love Brandon Shell. He's a great offensive lineman, and I think you guys stole him right out from under us, and it really pisses me off, actually. I was not happy about it when it happened. Now,
how bad is your offensive line that you're happy about Brandon Shell?
I mean, dude,
Jets fans know what I'm talking about.
Itself, Richie, and I'll get to that, in a minute.
Jets fans know Brandon Shell very well. He's been on the Jets for multiple years.
What I do want to ask, Dan, is the absence of Leslie Frazier.
Yeah.
How is that going to play a part into your team this year? Because before you answer, my viewpoint on it is that there's probably turmoil in the front office or in the coaching staff, because there's no reason that Leslie Frazier should have walked away from this amazing job for no other reason than to do what kind of Vic Fangio did a year prior. I'll take a year away from the game. I'll come back. I'll be a hot commodity to whoever really wants me. And my viewpoint of it is it says a lot. It says a lot about something that is going on that nobody's talking about yet. And I think it's the reason why I don't think you're going to win the division this year, because I think there are things in the front office or in the coaching staff or in the locker room that are not good right now.
That is a great question. So starting off, like, there's definitely like a whole conspiracy theory that this wasn't necessarily Leslie Frazier's choice. I think that this was just based out of respect. It was more so like, hey, why don't you take a year off? Because he was just interviewed like the other day saying that he's hoping that he can have an opportunity to interview for head coaching positions at the end of the year. It's hard to say. I think that we'll definitely get a better picture once the season starts about like how the defense actually sort of acclimates to Sean McDermott. I do think that the defense does love Sean McDermott. He does come from a very successful career of being a defensive coordinator. I would be lying to you. And so to say that I'm not at least a little bit on edge, that I really hope that this doesn't overwhelm him. And I really hope that this isn't going to suffer in other areas of the team with him taking both of those responsibilities on. But as far as turmoil, I don't believe that there is. I feel like some beat reporter that's desperate for clicks, like during the offseason, would have came out with something like this, even if he like sniffed something like that within.
To be honest with you, I haven't heard it other than a gut feeling of knowing what we went through with Brian Flores in that situation and how that kind of looked to the outside eye and from a fan perspective. And I said, man, this has a lot of similarities to the Flores situation.
Yeah, man. It's so like with Leslie Frazier, I feel like he gets a lot of shit. Like, I mean, like, not gonna lie to you, I think the reason why he was backdoored and why I'm actually somewhat happy that Sean McDermott is taking over and he's giving a little bit more in depth with the play calling is the fact that I hated Leslie Frazier's zone scheme. As TD called it, soft, raggedy zone. And I always tried to defend it during the AFC East Roundtable, but in the back of my head, I knew it. Like, I can't tell you how livid I was watching that playoff game against Cincinnati when I see our DBs lined up 8 yards off the damn ball and just watching Joe Burrow pick us apart.
Hell, you were making our backup Skylar Thompson look decent in that playoff game against us.
It's terrible. He didn't trust the personnel that he had to make plays, in which what made him carry it. For some reason, he just went completely way too conservative in the playoffs for the past 2 to 3 years during the games that meant the most. So I'm welcoming the change. Am I a bit nervous? Absolutely. But I'm hoping that he can sort of ignite a new scheme right into the whole Buffalo Bills perspective, and then our defense should look okay.
Are we on a Buffalo Bills channel or an AFC East roundtable? I'm just sitting back here, listening to this nonsense.
I'm passionate.
No, I'm just messing with you. But Nick comes in with another super chat. Brennan Shell was ass and is ass, but welcome to the Bills, Brennan Shell.
He's a good backup. He's a good backup. It could spot start, and I know. I'm just playing with you. But the way you were talking up about him, you were like making it seem like this guy's like a beast or something. He's a great depth piece.
He's a great depth piece. I'll give you that for sure. King Cat on the $10 donation. Thank you for upgrading Master at Work with the Panthers guest. Master at Work, cool guy and everything, but his choice of team is thumbs down. King Cat and Master at Work have some beef.
King Cat a Jets fan?
King Cat is a Jets fan.
He's a Jets fan. Okay, like
the best subscribers here, the most generous donations. Have you noticed what fan base they're from, Dan? Yet?
It's
they come from the green.
Yo, listen.
The green
so
people.
King Cat blessed me today, but he just made me say that slander on my channel. So it kind of, yeah.
I love it. King Cat coming out there. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it. Well, Steven, we appreciate you. People are asking where TD is. Well, you're filling in for TD, right? Yeah. Why don't you introduce yourself to some people and what you got cooking on in the future for some people that are not familiar with your work?
Yeah, so I have a podcast every morning called Clock Blockers. It is the #1 Miami fan morning show. We talk all things Miami Heat, Panthers, everything. When football season gets into full gear, we're definitely catered to mostly Dolphins fans. But, you know, I'm a big-time Miami Dolphins fan, have been my whole life. So if you go to Miami Sports Music, which is the home of Solo D, the rapper who did the Turnover Chain song for the University of Miami back in the day, he created Dolphins with Attitude in Miami Sports Music, and I've been with him for over a decade. We do it on his channel, or on the YouTube channel there, Miami Sports Music. So you can catch us on Miami Sports Music Monday through Friday, weekday mornings. Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. I've been doing that, and I've been doing a lot of other things outside of the community. You guys are hosting this awesome watch party or tailgate week 1. Last year, we did that in Baltimore. We called it the Baltimore Beatdown, and it was a massive success. Well, this year, we're doing 3 watch parties, and I'm super excited. We're doing one in Philadelphia called the Philly Finvasion. If you guys go to tailgreeter.com, TAILGREETER, search Philly Finvasion, we have access to game tickets for the game, upper level and lower level, and all-inclusive, all-you-can-drink tailgate, 1 block away from the stadium, 5 hours before the game on Sunday night.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to do a live meet and greet at one of the bars and restaurants, which is about, 4 minutes away from the stadium that Saturday night. And it's going to be a good time. We're doing that in Philly, and then we're also doing one in Baltimore called the Baltimore Beatdown again. And we're doing one in Washington, D.C. called the FedEx Takeover. And so we got 3 great events. We have upper level, lower level tickets. Today is the last day of the pre-sale. Ticket prices are going to be going up. So go to tailgreeter.com or download the app and type in those things, and you get your tickets to all that. So I appreciate you guys letting me promote that. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. We're all doing some exciting things. We got our event. We got a lot of Dolphins fans are like, yeah, well, I don't really want to go to a Jets-Bills game. Right? That's what we're talking about here. The Dolphins fans are like, hey, what about us? Don't worry. We got Steven doing some Dolphin events, so we appreciate
Miami
it.
Sports Music Tail Greeter Tailgate Tour 2023. The FedEx Takeover, the Philly Finvasion, and the Baltimore Beatdown.
Well, today we really get to talk too much about the Jets, but that's okay. We're gonna let the Jets slide today just because we're living it up. Well, we're gonna open this up to the Q&A segment of the show. We got some Bills fans, the regulars, waiting to join. Let's get it going.
Bring it on in.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's up, Troy?
Richie. Hey, man. Richie, I really hope you start to feel better, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Troy.
In my prayers, because that's not a good thing to have happen.
Yeah.
At all.
It's part of it.
It's part of the sport. The other thing is the Bills own the East till somebody dethrones them.
That is true.
And we got better this year, while you both got better in Miami and the Jets. But I see Tua doing the...
Oh, no.
If he gets hit again, and then are they going to keep him in if he does?
Troy, come on, Troy.
I'm asking a question. Seriously, do you think he's going to stay in?
So the reality of the situation is, Troy, I can't say he's going to do it till he does it. Am I nervous about it? Of course I am. I have to admit,
how many times did it happen? Every time he got hit last year.
I know, but there's a lot of factors that are going for him this year. Remember, I'm the hopium dealer down here. Right. If you need a couple bags, couple ounces of opium,
I got
it for you, my guy.
Help him out
down here in Miami.
Tua might need some.
Well, he definitely needs a lot.
I think the Jets and the Bills are going to be in the playoffs, but the Bills are going to take the division. But even if they don't,
I'll take it, Troy.
We'll win the Jets in the playoffs, so we'll still be ahead of them by the end of the season.
I'll take it, Troy. I appreciate it.
I love it, man.
Thank you, Troy.
Right,
Troy, thanks for the call, my man. We appreciate you.
Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, boy.
Peace.
That's some nice respect to the Jets there from a rival.
Not to the Dolphins.
So Richie's not used to it.
I didn't expect him to do the hand thing. That's all.
Nah, to be honest, though, I have become a target, though, Dan. You know, in recent years, I have never been a target because the Jets have been ass. But now there's a target on our back because we're being hyped up from the national media a lot. So some people within a division are getting a little tired of it because they're used to the same old mantra. There's the Jets, the same old Jets, beat them up. And we still got to prove it on the field, but they can't take the hype from the world because you turn on NFL Network, you turn on ESPN, they talk about the Jets every freaking day, baby.
Richie, can I ask you a question?
Clay knows it.
Without Aaron Rodgers, without A-Rod, it's an A-bomb from A-Rod. If without A-Rod, are they a Super Bowl contender without them? If Zach Wilson was the starting quarterback this year, making all the same moves that they've made, are they a Super Bowl contender without him?
No.
Okay. Are they a playoff contender without him?
Yes, because we almost made the playoffs last year without him.
Okay. All right. I think that they are probably a two. What did they win last year? 7 games?
Yes. We were 7-4
Okay.
at one point, and then we collapsed, and the quarterback just went backwards, and we couldn't win.
And side note, what do you think of Mike White? Did you like Mike White?
I did like Mike White. I think he's I think one of the better backups in the NFL. Okay. I think that he is definitely, if you can put like a list of backup quarterbacks,
he's going to be a good quarterback.
He's a perfect insurance for Tua. He really is. I mean, the one thing you know about Mike White is he knows how to operate a system. He's not going to blow you away with any arm talent, but he's just a smart, high IQ football player that can make the easy throws. But the difficult throws, he can't stretch the field. He can't throw deep balls, can't really throw anything down the field, but he can operate a system efficiently. But that's really all you can do. He's more like a system quarterback, but that's what you want from a backup.
I just wanted to know your take on it.
But yes, we are a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers.
One thing I do want to say about y'all's division, though, real quick, is I've never seen a division that's as stacked as this, but also with the fact that every team in y'all's division has to play 6 division games. And then if y'all look at the road games that y'all have, it's unbelievable, like how hard y'all's schedules are this year.
Oh, it's not going to be easy.
We all got to verse the NFC East. Like the 2 most difficult divisions in the league are versing each other this year, so it's going to be fun.
Some of us have to go to Germany.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about you guys. And so I'm not sure about you guys, but like normally each and every single season, like I can go through the Bills schedule and like I can pick out like a handful of like, oh, that's a dub. Like we're going to spank this team. Like I maybe see 2 games like on this schedule where I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, I mean, like we're going to run the table with this damn team. It's the Commanders and the Raiders are the only teams on the schedule where I'm like, oh yeah, there's no doubt on the face of the planet that we are going to win that game. Everything else is going to be up in the air.
No offense, the Panthers are on that list too. And I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, I actually, when I did our record prediction for us, I had y'all as a loss, so no worries.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Just letting you know. Just figured I'd give you the benefit of the doubt.
Just so you know, that's our fan club weekend down in Miami. We have fan clubs from all over the world that are coming down to Miami for that weekend. It's going to be dope. About 500 of us. It's going to be great.
Nick, $20 donation, very generous. This is someone flying over from California, by the way, for our event week number 1. This $20 for you, Dan, for real.
Thank
Dom
you.
split this $20. Do not split this $20, he says. Thanks for being a non-delusional fan. Deep down, I know you're not 100% confident about week 1, and that makes me smirk. Looking forward to meeting you, brother, and cheers to a good game.
I like Nick.
I like Nick, too. But
I don't know Nick, but he's a Jets fan, so I don't know if I like him.
And so I would say him and King Cat are like probably like my favorite Jets fans.
you're missing a legendary Jets fan.
Oh, Mudfly Alice as well. Mudfly Alice is up there as well. Top 3, no particular order.
What about Jimmy Casket?
I
feel like you do have a little
Casket.
You have a yeah.
I love him. Yeah. And so like he's like my like and so my annoying like little stepbrother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Jets fans are representing, baby. But we got another loyal Bills fan who's waiting to come on here. We got Andy.
King Allen.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on,
Andy?
man?
See
How's
some new
the life?
faces.
Yeah,
Good
most
faces,
definitely.
baby.
Some better looking faces, right? Some much better looking than TD. I know.
Just about.
Oh man, what's going on with you, brother?
Just on
DeAndre Hopkins thing.
Yep. Just waiting for that moment where the Bills
Future
sign him.
Chief. Ugh, sorry,
say
guys.
Yeah, right.
Anywhere but the Chiefs.
Anywhere but Kansas City. I'll let him go to the Jets before I let him go to Kansas City.
And so I would let him go to the Dolphins, the Jets, the Patriots.
Wow.
Not Kansas
Yeah,
City.
you really feel, Dan.
Not Kansas City. Keep that man away from Kansas City. Better yet, just send him off to Philly. Just put him in the NFC.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. You got anything for us today, brother?
Nah, just like I said, on D-Hop watch. Just pretty much waiting for the season to kick off. I'm getting bored without football.
Well,
We
hey,
all are.
Andy, ultimately, where do you think D-Hop ends up? If he, do you think the primary is Buffalo? And if it's not Buffalo, where do you think it is?
I mean, from all he said, I think it should be Buffalo. But if it's not, I mean, Baltimore makes a good case. And if not that, maybe somewhere in the NFC.
I think he ends up in Baltimore or New York. Those are the two places I think he ends
And so I've seen the Browns floated around too with him. Like,
See, I don't think he ends up in New England because him and Bill O'Brien didn't get along there at the end of his
They did
time
not
in
like
Houston.
each other. Nope.
So I don't see that. I don't see New England as a possibility because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Richie, why don't you think D-Hop is a? You don't think you guys are in on D-Hop?
No, Salah spoke this morning and he said, "Yeah, we're content with our receivers. I don't really see the Jets pursuing him, to be honest."
So time out. They're okay with Randall Cobb, who shouldn't be in the NFL anymore, and Alec Lazard.
Randall Cobb is wide receiver 5 on our team.
Okay.
Salah says
brought
that
him-
until Rodgers.
we brought in
says,
McCall
"Don't get
Hardman."
me him."
Rodgers is gonna play him, bro. Don't think he won't.
Yeah, I'll allow him
I
to
think
play.
he
He's
would.
going to get like 350 yards and a couple touchdowns. He's coming on here to be that veteran presence for this team more than anything. We got Garrett Wilson as number 1. We still got Corey Davis, got Alan Lazard, got McCall Hardman coming from Kansas City. We're good. I mean, obviously he would take this team to another level, offensively speaking, but hey, I can see why they're not going to get him.
Apparently, we've even been rumored to actually reach out to him because we have $27 million in cap space. So
You guys have the top 5 cap space starting tomorrow.
yeah.
So do we. We're top 5 too.
Yeah, and he would fit in our offense perfectly. We moved Thielen to the slot, put him on the outside with Chark. So
I don't understand. Like, I saw the narrative that the Dolphins were considering him, and I know it's coming from the national media. I don't see that coming from any of the beat writers. I don't see that coming from any of the YouTubers. Look, I don't think DeAndre.
I don't think
Hopkins
it makes
in any way,
sense.
shape, or
I don't think
form.
it makes
doesn't
sense
make
for your
sense.
team.
You're right. You know, I'm perfectly fine with Braxton Berrios and Chosen Anderson or Robbie Chosen Anderson.
Oh, don't bring that up. He thought we had he thought our Panther was a bear. So
Hey, he's chosen. You watch your mouth when you're talking about him, Clay.
And then it's chosen. Yo, Andy, thank you so much for coming on, brother. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week, guys.
See you, man. And so it looks like we also have yet another super chat from King Cat. Once again, I'm not sure where Richie's going. He's probably taking a poop or something like that. But we'll go ahead. We'll read this out, and then I'll have Richie put this back on the screen once it does happen. King Cat, this $20 is for not inviting Master at Work to the stream. $20. Damn. Look at that. Ouch, man. Dude, he's throwing it out. He is absolutely throwing it out. And then one more super chat as well. Don't worry, guys. Once Richie gets back on the stream, we're going to have him highlight these. A lot of generosity tonight. We really appreciate you. And so I didn't think anybody could make me miss TD, but you're doing a great job, Steven. And so I think D-Hop to the Broncos. I didn't think anybody could.
I think what he said was I was doing a better job than TD. So
Got you. Yeah.
But
I was a little confused.
Had me at the first half.
Shout out to you, Brian.
Yeah. Had me in the first half, not gonna lie.
Is that a
Brian,
compliment?
What you were
What
saying,
did I miss?
what I'm going with. Okay?
So that one, and then also highlight King Cat as well. He put in another 20 right before. He gave us $20 just for not having Master at Work on the stream today.
Dude, King Cat's my guy. I love him. I don't know what. I think he just doesn't like Master at Work because he's a Patriots fan. He hates the Patriots,
quick,
and the hate runs deep with the Jets and the Patriots. By the way, we're gonna end that today. This
I feel like all
season,
of us
King
hate the
Cat. We're
Patriots, man. I feel
gonna
like all
end
of
it.
us hate the Patriots.
Who do you hate the most, Dan?
And so in this division?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 1,000% the team that ruined my childhood. Are you kidding me? The Patriots.
Yeah,
That runs
Patriots.
deep, man.
Richie, who do you hate?
I hate the Patriots because like a Super Bowl.
You don't count. You're a Panthers fan. Richie, who?
So the team is definitely the Patriots, but the fan base probably the Dolphins for sure.
So
no disrespect to you. There is a lot of Dolphins fans that I love, but there is a huge rivalry between I can't go on Twitter and not see a Dolphins fan crying about Sauce Gardner being holding. Like I just can't go one day without a Dolphins fan whining about that, and it just drives me crazy. It's like get a life.
I have said on my channel that I think unequivocally Sauce Gardner's maybe the number one secondary player in the NFL already. He's at least top 3.
It's true.
And I think
I
he's
respect
great.
that.
So you'll never hear that from me. Now, with that being said,
I respect that.
I absolutely hate the Jets for one reason and one reason only. Go ahead and say the game. Go ahead and say it. You don't know the game, Richie? Are you kidding me? You gonna play dumb right now?
Monday Night Miracle?
Monday Night freaking Miracle, man. I still have PTSD about that stupid game.
Well, I was 2 years old for it.
In the fourth quarter, and we lost that game. You know what?
I love how that still sits with you. That
remember,
still sits with you. I love it.
Oh my God. So there's the movie with Jimmy Fallon where he's the Red Sox fan. There's a scene in there where he goes into this depression and he's watching the Bill Buckner game as a Red Sox fan when the ball goes through his legs. About 2 weeks before every football season, NFL Network starts airing great games over the last 20 years. And about 2 weeks before every season, they happen to show this stupid Monday Night Football game between the Dolphins and the Jets. And I'm there every year talking about, why is the secondary doing that? I put myself through the tragedy every year because it makes no sense that we lost to this day. To this day.
That is hilarious. It's really cool that has made you hate the Jets so passionately to this day. That's an interesting story, Steven. Thank you for sharing. And hopefully we haunt you a couple more times this season or in the future because we deserve it. But that's going to wrap up the show. We do not have any other Patreon members. Steven, Clay, thank you for being our guests. We do not have a Patriots member tuning in, but I'm okay with that. We got a Panthers fan tuning in instead. I love it. Clay, what you got cooking on your channel? What you got doing over there at Pantherology? Why don't you tell the people?
Yeah, you can just find me on YouTube on Pantherology, just over there. I do a show Monday through Friday called Lunch Break, literally because I take a lunch break from my job at that time, and I do a live stream just doing Panther content. But I also bring in some NFL content, talking about different things in the NFL. But yeah, you can just find me on YouTube on Pantherology, and you'll find me there.
Awesome.
So by the way, guys, I did actually tag his channel right in the description as well. So definitely go on ahead and check out his stuff. He does a great job. He's also on several of my live streams on my channel. So that's in the description. Go show him some love.
Let's do it. And folks, as DF Forever says, please do not forget the AFC's party. We want to see you folks. We want to meet you. All the Jets fans, all the Bills fans. I'm talking to you guys. I can understand if you're a Patriots and a Dolphins fan not wanting to come to this. But if you're a Bills fan, travel. Pull up to MetLife. If you're a Jets fan, get your ass to week 1. You can purchase your tickets through us. Click the link at the top of the chat, and you will get a ticket to the game seated with all of us. You'll get a tailgate party event ticket at Red Sports Bar. It comes with food, drinks, and we're going to be doing our first ever live show in person that you guys will be a part of. It's going to be a lot of freaking fun. So please, guys, if you're not already, make sure you guys purchase your tickets. The deadline is tomorrow, so get it tonight or tomorrow morning, and it's going to be a lot of fun to get with you boys and girls, man. It's going to be exciting. Week 1, Monday Night Football. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for?
I want to see a tie. That's what I want.
A tie?
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
I mean, it's going to be an 0-1 start for the Dolphins up against the LA Chargers.
Yeah. And so we did. Steven, I think that you would appreciate this. Like, me and Richie decided that if the Chargers do beat Miami on Sunday, then Richie and I are gonna drive together and go pick up TD from the airport with Justin Herbert jerseys on.
That's just mean. You guys, true friends stab you in the front. Okay.
Oh man,
that's what that is, man. Hey
Well-
guys, go check out my channel if you could too. If you're Dolphins fans, Miami Sports Music on YouTube. I put it in the
tag you
chat
right
a little
now.
bit ago. We definitely need more subscribers, more people hitting that like button, donations, everything. Come support the channel. We're there each and every morning. Everybody is welcome, even if you want to talk crap. So we're about that life. We take all the smoke. Let's go.
Everybody make sure you go check out Steven's channel. Check out Pantherology with Clay's channel. You guys know where I'm at. You know where Dan's at. We appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. And sorry for any Patreon members who joined in a little late. We're not going to be able to take any more callers. We're at the end of the show. So thank you all for tuning in as always. We appreciate you all. And
thank you, TD. Thank you, TD. Appreciate it.
let's go, Jets.